Hi everyone, it's Catriona here, also known as Crafty Cat, from the Cardio Facebook page. I've had a couple of requests from some of the guys that are on the Facebook page regarding the walls. So I've just put together this wee kind of quick tutorial as to how I do the walls, just to make them kind of real looking, for want of a better word. So this is one of the wall cards that I posted just a couple of days ago. So I'll show you how to do this one, which is it's really straightforward. So what I do first of all is I'll show you the stamp sets that I actually use in this one. So we've got Terracotta Terrace, so I use the plant pot from that one. Then I've got Field Florals, and I use this one and this one for the flowers and the vases and the backgrounds. I use this one for the wrought iron fence or gate, and obviously the warm welcome one. Sometimes I'll use this one for the bricks, depending on the size of the wall. This one obviously seems to do it a lot quicker when you're building the wall up, but I'll probably just use this one today, plus the wee filler ones, just these two. So that's that. I also will probably use some of the textures one. If you don't have this stamp, that's a must. And the bees and the butterflies, just for adding in some bees. Now the other thing as well that I use is the Carbothello chalk pencils. You can probably use the pan pastels as well, but I just find these are really compact and easier to use rather than, you know, pulling out the pan pastels, but it's entirely up to you. But these are absolutely brilliant for giving texture and whatever. Okay, so that's the only other in addition that I actually use. So what I'll do is I'll just get my stamp pad out. So really dead straightforward for the wall. Just a plain 6x6 piece of card, and just stick your first brick just slightly off the card, and then just stamp down. Now the colour that I use to do the wall is umber, but you can do them in 2 different shades or 3 different shades. I think maybe some of the cards that I've done that are on the Cardio Facebook page for me, you know, there is various different shades that I've used, but you can also do that like with first, second, third generation as well, should you want to do that, but I'll just show you how I do it. So I use the umber first, just stamp that out, and then that's what I'm saying, you can make it darker if you wish, like so. And then I'll do this way, or you can turn it upside down as well. It's really however you want it to be done. Sorry if this is shaking a wee bit. I don't think I've got it steady 100%. So there we go. So that's the first row. Now I know it only takes 2 rows, that card, of the actual stamping, so I'll just go up the 2 rows. Can even turn it that other way as well. That's just giving a wee bit of oops daisies. It doesn't matter if you've still got ink on it, because I'll show you how you combat that. If you've matched your card a wee bit, just by moving it around. It's very therapeutic. So what I'll do is I'll just try and... Oh, so that's fine. So I can fill these in. So again, just... Oopsies. As the saying goes, you know, you can make it lighter and then make it darker, but then you can't, excuse me, take it away once you, you know, if you've done it too dark at first. So there we go. Right. So that should be us as far as the wall's concerned. Now, obviously you just fill in your wee missing bricks with the wee single ones out of the old Malcolm set. And just stick that one in there, and do that one again. So that fills that up. So then you want to put in your gate or wrought iron fence, whatever. Make sure it's straight. So then, just with the versifying clear not turn, this will start shaking again probably, but I'll just go with the flow. Press that down. So that's that. Looking not too bad at all. So wait, I'll just give that stamp a wee wipe. Right. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually put another row of these in. So we shall, now that I've got that in, so this should fit in not too badly, just to bring it up. Do that one that way. There we go. So that's the wall more or less in situ for what we want to do. Just fill that one up as well. That one too. Now we'll put the vases in. In fact, I won't do that first. The other thing that I'll do is I want to fill in, excuse me, I want to fill in the bricks with the sort of cement. So what you do is, if you just take your ink pad, dab a bit down on your glass mat, and then just put a wee bit of water, just spray a wee bit of water at the side using your spray tool, and just dip a very, very fine brush in the water, and then just lift up some of the ink, and then what you can do is you can then fill in all the gaps to make it look like there's cement in between. So even if you've got, you know, a wee bit of, I mean, no wall's 100% straight anyway, but you know, all these wee nooks and crannies and whatever else are all filled in. Like so. And even if you've got a wee bit of a bigger gap here, it's not a big deal because you'll see what I mean once I show you how I get the sort of texture and dimension of the wall. So just cover that over. And as long as everything's covered, try not to sort of cover the white bits of the bricks because we'll highlight these at the end. Let's go up here. I don't think these Versa colour inks are really designed to be for watercolour, but well, the mix fine anyway. And it's only for a wee bit of it. It's just trial and error with the, you know, crafting and whatever, just trying out stuff to see if it actually works. And sometimes you come across a wee happy discovery, every so often. Just finish that wee bit off. And that's us. So as you can see, the walls just sort of starting to come to life a wee bit. So we will put on the vases now. So again, just sit it in whereby you're just sort of overlapping onto the wall so that it doesn't look like it's floating in mid-air, so to speak. And then again, just with the umber, just stick that down. And then what you can do is just to give it a kind of two-tone effect is just put a wee bit of pine cone around the edges. Then that makes it look a bit darker, but we'll be adding some texture to them anyway. But just to show you that. Again on this side. So umber first. And then a wee bit of the pine cone. Right, so that's that. Just clean this up a wee bit. So the next thing is to add the flowers. Now at this point you can actually probably put the sky in if you wish before you start adding anything else. So what I actually might do is I might just go in and just put it like up to about here, and then I can do the rest after. Just to avoid, you know, you having sort of any kind of brown smudges or whatever. So what I'll do, just using the dry baby white technique that Wendy does, is just obviously just get some of the colour and just kind of go on here, because that should all be dry, but just a light the blue. If you don't lean too hard, it won't sort of fade out the black ink. But what you can do is you can go over with a fine liner any of the ones that are maybe got a wee bit of the sky in them. So just gently. Right, just about there. Just a wee bit in here. And then we can add in the rest of the background after, if you so wish. So, there we go. So, I'm going to add in the flowers next. So, I'll bring my stamp platform back in. And just get it. Oops, these magnets have went together, so just get them split. So, just get a wee piece of paper so that you don't go into the actual sort of plant pots, and just cover that over like that. Oh, done it again. And I'll just pop it. I'll move that up a wee bit. Just so that it's just touching it slightly. And that's magic. Again, it's up to you what kind of shade of green. This is a different shade of green that I used from the original one. This is green tea. Put the stalks in first. And then we will do a two-tone one. So I'm going to have cover it over with some violet. I think it was actually pinks that I did the other one in, but I'll maybe a wee bit of, and then just go round the edge with the grape, and it just gives it a wee bit of shading and whatever. I'll add a wee bit to that one. Just do the same on the other side. It's looking okay. So if we pop that. If you could even do different colours if you wanted, just to split it up, but as I say, it's entirely up to you. Move that up a wee tad, and then just back in with the violet first of all. And then some of the grape, just or boy boysenberry or amethyst even. Do you know, some of the other colours if you don't have the grape, because it's just like a different shade, deeper. Right, so that's that. Just get rid of that. Sorry, I've just got a wee bit of OCD. I need to clean my stamps after I've used them. Right, okay. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the kind of foxglovey kind of flowers in the sort of middle part here. So I'll just grab these. So we'll just stick to the same colour scheme and, you know, I won't bother changing it round a wee bit. It just means that the colours are just all sort of pretty much the same. So again, just put your wee bit of scrap down here so none of this goes into the wall. Move that one there. And so we'll have one going up that way. So again, just with your green, just put your green on the stocky bits. And we don't want this too sort of loud or as bright as these ones. It's a bit better if it's toned down a wee bit, so I'll put some violet in the bottom part. And I'll put some lavender, which is that one, on the top, just to break it up a wee bit. Okay, so it's just coming through just really, really subtly. And then the same, maybe have one popping out the top. So we've got in first of all, and then the violet. Just maybe have a wee bit of foliage in the middle bit just to kind of get this excess ink off that. And we will get the green tea and just add a wee bit of foliage in there so that we've not got a gap. So there we go. You can do these different colours if you want, or have them even coming out that side or coming further up the top, whatever you want to do. Right, just get rid of that stamp. Just move that for a wee sec. Right, so here's where we are. So we're up to this part of it now. So I don't think we need the stamp platform again at the moment. And if you wanted to add a sentiment like what I've done, you know, it's fine, you can do that once you've finished off the sky or whatever. So I don't think we need the stamp platform anymore. So this is where we are with it now. So looking not too bad. So how to get the sort of texture and whatever on the wall and on the pots. As I said to you at the start, I use these Carbothello Stabilo chalk pencils. Quite a good selection of different shades, or the shades that we actually need to use in it. Or you can, these are kohl pencils as well, you can do that. And as I say, you can use the pan pastel should you want to do that. So what I'm going to do first is just highlight just the wee plant pots now, just with a wee bit of white, and just edge it in just from the one side, just to make it look as if it's, excuse me, if it's light, you know, it's kind of light coming in. From the left hand side, and then just gently rub that in. Okay, so then that's giving them a wee bit of light coming in from that side, and then the next thing is with a wee bit of a kind of light brown, just add these, but try not make obviously make it look as if it's lines, and just line them in. So it makes the plant pots look kind of worn and aged, sorry. So on this side do the same. Okay. So that gives them a wee kind of worn look. Yeah, you just do exactly the same kind of technique with the wall. So again, just some white in first of all. Okay, and then going with some of the brown. Break that one up there. Again, just try and not make it look as if you've just put lines for the sake of it, because then it just and then we'll go in with a darker brown just to break it up a wee bit. And that's not too bad at all. On the top. Right, okay. And then finally you can just go in with the black. And then you can have it as dark as as light as you want, really. Just a tad here and there, and you don't want to go too much. Right, so there you go. That's what you got, your sort of textured looking authentic kind of wall. Just within a matter of what, 5 minutes, so it's really quick and easy to do. And as I say, you know, it's I'm not sure how much the pencils cost, but you know, they'll last for ages and ages and ages. So from that perspective, you know, it's like it's ones that you'll have. And I go to them quite a lot for various things, just to give a wee bit texture or a wee bit softness. So as I say, it's pretty much worth it, you know. So just finish off the sky just with the blue. And then I can put the, oops, just overcooked it there a wee bit, but hey, you can either snip that bit off, which I'll probably do with the guillotine, because obviously it'll need to be trimmed down to fit onto a card blank. Right. So what I'll do is I'll just trim it down a wee bit. Just for the final touches on it. And that should fit quite nicely into card blank. So what you can also do is you could with the, if you want to make it a bit more kind of vintagey looking, what you could do is you could just with the coloured clear, just dip it into the, and then just go dab it into the ink pad and just go round the corners. And again, it depends how dark or how light you want it. It just gives a kind of vintagey feel, if that's the kind of look you're looking for. And you can even go right round the card if you wish. So that's that. And then what I'll do is, again, just get a Sharpie. If you don't want to mat and layer, and just straight down, just to give you a black outline edge. See if I've got a clean bit of paper here. And then we'll stick on the butterflies. Now, which one will we use? Decisions. So we'll probably just use that wee one there, I think. Or that one. I'll go with that one. So I'll just stick this on. Just adds a wee finishing touch to it. You could actually go in with yellow liquid pearls and put, you know, yellow centres, because I think I did the one on the one that I posted, and just go in and, you know, highlight what you need to highlight. So I'm just gonna, just with a fine liner, just emphasise that a wee bit, just colour that bit in. It's got covered a wee bit in blue. Just do a bit of definition. Or you could go in with your white signal pen, do you know, and just, if it was like just put wee dots if you want it white, or your fine liner pens, and make it yellow or whatever, you know, but it just kind of, just, oh, do you know, the world's in, you know, the things that you can think about to add and whatever, but it just, you know, finishes it off a wee bit. Even if you wanted to put the yellow in, it's just a wee bit more colour, and then you can even just dot in with the foxgloves as well if you want. They're kind of subtle too, just to give them a wee kind of soft edge. But as I say, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. You could even put glossy highlights on the plant pots, but as I say, it's entirely your choice. So that's it. So any questions, just post on the Cardio Facebook page. Other than that, thanks for stopping by and watching. I know myself, Lainey and Laura, you know, we'll try and share as much as we can with you, just to help. We've, you know, obviously all started out on our journey at some point and whatever, and as I say, you know, we're here to help and support as much as we can. So any questions, just shout up. Other than that, I'll catch you soon. Okay, speak to you later. Bye bye now. Bye.